Have you ever been scammed for a job? If you have, then you definitely know how painful it is to go through that ordeal. And today's conversation has been motivated by a video that I recently watched of somebody who had been scammed. Now, they were sharing how someone lured them into paying a huge amount of money for a job that was not legit. And I know they're not just alone. I know there's so many job seekers who go through or who fall in the hands of these people or these scammers who have made job seekers a target. So today's conversation is about this. Is about job scamming, guys. And just before, when I was preparing for this conversation, I ran a poll on my LinkedIn, and I just wanted to get people's experiences. Oh my goodness! And the experiences were sad, very sad, very unfortunate. How people share how they've been scammed for jobs, and sometimes it's really not to blame these people that you didn't do your due diligence, because some of the stories I was reading really looked so real, and it shows us that the scammers have become too smart that sometimes it is almost impossible to tell that a job is not legit. So in today's video, I want to share with you the 12 job scamming tactics that you must be aware of as a job seeker to avoid being scammed. So that's that's the conversation today in this video. And if this is something that you want to learn about, if you know someone who's been scammed, if you've ever been scammed, or even if you've never been scammed, this conversation will help you to act as a caution so that you never ever get into the hand of scammers. And before we get into this video, I want to mention the people who have dressed me for today. You see, today I'm looking all bubbly, I'm looking amazing, I'm looking colorful, and I want to give a special shout out to Ghene women clothing wear for dressing me from the amazing top to the amazing black pants. So if you want to look as amazing as I do today, please feel free to call their number, the number running on the screen, and I'll also leave the link to their social media platforms in the description of this video. Thank you. So the first tactic that I have noted these scammers use is being asked to send your application through unofficial channels like WhatsApp or Telegram. And I think this is so common, and the story goes like this. Somebody posts a job, maybe on LinkedIn or on Facebook, and they tell you that forward your CV or forward your application through this number on WhatsApp. So what you need to know is that serious companies who are hiring will never ask you to send applications on WhatsApp, because for most companies, or even for all, WhatsApp is not an official way of communication. So this should be a red flag for you. If anyone asks you to send an application through WhatsApp or Telegram, and I think it has become so rampant on Telegram, with the job posting groups, with the job posting sites, going to having Telegram channels, it has become so rampant. So be warned, if you ever see an application that asks you to send your CV, your cover letter, or whatever document for your application on WhatsApp, please, that's a red flag, and stop right away. The second tactic for these scammers is more or less the same as the first one, but this one is being invited for interviews through unofficial channels, also like WhatsApp or text messages. Well, I know some companies who are legit will invite you for an interview through a text message, but this is how the process goes. I know most of them will give you a call, send you an email, and in the event maybe you're not responsive, they may drop a text. But those companies, those messages, or rather those text messages that come in like, congratulations, you've been invited for an interview at this company tomorrow at 2 p.m. or something, without any communication, even if you applied for the job, please, that's a red flag. So you need to verify and actually ensure, because what scammers also do, guys, and you know this, that they can get your information even through legit applications. Let's say you'd applied for a job which was legit in company XYZ. Please, I don't know how they get that information. I really don't know, but I know they can get that information. So even you applied for an XYZ company and they can get that information and send you a text message. So always ensure that any communication between yourself and a prospect employer is through an official channel like an email account. Scam tactic number 3 will surprise you, and it is so common, and this is creating unnecessary sense of urgency. Here is how it goes. Somebody reaches out to you with a job opportunity, even though I know sometimes when recruiters reach out to you directly, the role may be urgent, but this is not what it means when a legitimate role is urgent. Is completely different. So what these scammers do is that they'll reach out to you with a necessary sense of urgency. Send your CV. Yes, you've sent your CV. In just 1 hour or so, you're already being called, invited for an interview. In the interview, it's tomorrow. Things are moving very quickly. You've been invited for an interview. Within 24 hours, everything has happened. You've been sent your application. You've applied for the job. You've been interviewed. You've been offered. That is ridiculous. So I've seen most people fall to that trap. And one reason that these people scam job seekers is because job seekers have become gullible, and due to the high unemployment rate, that basically means the supply of jobs, the supply of the resources or the talent in the market is lower than the supply of the opportunities. So that is creating that underemployment, or the high rate of unemployment. So they realize that job seekers are gullible, which is quite unfortunate. So please watch out for the process, the recruitment process. If it is too urgent, please put up your eyebrows. It needs to raise your eyebrows. If the process is quite rushed, please, you need to really do your due diligence and verify before you fall a trap to these scammers. So another tactic that these scammers use, guys, is also being asked to pay money for whatever reason, for whatever service. And I know if you've been scammed, this is actually one of the ultimate goals why scammers target job seekers. So you can be asked to pay money to help push your application. I've had people say that, you're being called and you're saying, now we've received your application, we want to help you get ahead, get in the shortlist, please pay something. Don't pay anything. The other one, you're being asked to pay money for some mandatory employment documents, like the CRB clearance certificate, the tax compliance, those mandatory those mandatory employment documents. So don't pay anything. Another thing that you can be asked to pay money for, which I see a lot of job seekers fall prey of. You send somebody your CV, then they tell you that I've received this CV, and that really happens, especially when you're using a recruiter. Those recruiters who are not legit, they'll tell you to send some money so that they review your CV before they send it to maybe a prospective employer. In most cases, these are actually scam. People use them to mint money from you. So please, if you're asked to pay money for whatever level, I saw another story where somebody was asked to pay money to process a visa. In most cases, if a company want to hire you internationally, if you have to go out of your country, they will pay for the visa. And if they don't pay for the visa application process usually come after you've been given an offer. So don't pay any money before they give you any offer. And I know nowadays scammers have even gone to a high level of even giving you a fake job offer. So kindly, please do your due diligence. Do not lose any money in the process of looking for money, because if you're looking for a job, you're definitely looking for money. So please be very cautious not to lose any money in the process of also trying to look for that money. The next big scam is being contacted by a company that you never applied to. And I think I'd hinted to that point previously, where people can get your contacts through legit companies that you applied to. I really don't know how they do it anyway. So being contacted, like you applied for, you're receiving an interview invite for company XYZ, but you never applied for it. How then did they get your contact? So yes, sometimes maybe just a disclaimer, because I am a recruiter and sometimes I can get your contact even without necessarily you having to shared with me your CV before. So what usually happens is that maybe when I'm looking to fill a role, I reach out to people within my network, and they maybe can give me somebody's contact as a referral. So in the event of such an instance, it's good that they tell you, I was referred to you by so and so. That makes sense. But receiving an invite from a company that you never applied to should be a red flag. So let's not get so much excited when we get this when you get this invite. Please verify. I know sometimes also as a job seeker, you applied for so many jobs, and sometimes you can't even remember which one did I apply to, or which one didn't I apply to. So it's very important that you're cautious to know that if you didn't apply for a job in that company, you need to actually verify where they got your contact. If they were if you were referred to them by someone, then it is okay. But if not, if they can't verify, it is a red flag. These people have actually obtained your details in a manner that is not legit. So please be very cautious. Another one, which is directly actually linked to that previous point, is being invited for an interview for a job that you did not apply to. Let's say you're in HR, for example, like I am, and today I see an invite for a HR business partner role and I didn't apply for it. Please, you need to be very cautious. You always need to verify that either they have been referred to you or by someone, or that it is a job that you applied for maybe sometimes back and you've forgotten. So be very cautious before you actually go for an invite for a job that you never applied to. The next one that has also become so rampant, especially in the era of social media, online jobs, remote jobs and all that, is the scam about online and part-time jobs. Yeah, this is a very big space where people are being scammed. You see those part-time jobs of somebody telling you watch YouTube videos, watch YouTube ads and get paid. Yes, well, you can get paid, especially during the first engagement. And when I was doing this research, I learned that what most of these people do is actually to win your trust and get your information. So you go and watch those YouTube videos and get paid. You go and click maybe to some marketing job sites, websites, adverts. You like something and you get paid, Facebook likes and all that. But with time, they build your trust and they fetch your information. And you know what they use for this information? Some of them use that information to add you to their pyramid schemes. Register you in pyramid schemes where they get maybe a referral commission or something after registering you. I know you guys, if you've been scammed, you actually know how that works. So you need to be very cautious. So they use it to fetch your information. So apart from watching videos or maybe getting to like things on Facebook for those part-time jobs, another way that they scam you for these online jobs, especially if you're offering your services online, you get a client or you get someone that wants you to share your services or offer your services for free for a long period of time. Like clients will always tell you, like, I want to see what you can do before I can actually give you the job, or I can actually give you that assignment. So please be very cautious. If you're working online, it's a place where most people are very vulnerable. So you need to be very cautious when dealing with clients online, when dealing with people online, to avoid being scammed. Now, the next tactic, which I know most people have fallen prey of, is those job offers that are too good to be true. So a too good to be true offer. I know we are all in a space where when you're looking for a job, you're looking for good pay. We're looking for good money and all that. But I promise you, the pay has to be commensurate with the skill and the level of experience. So for instance, if you're looking for an entry-level job, or if you see an entry-level job, or even an internship job that pays you 100,000 Kenya shillings or 1,000 US dollars, you need to be very cautious. Even though there's those international companies that will really pay well, but really, will somebody pay an intern 100,000 shillings? So too good to be true offers, very promising, very high pay, promising very lucrative packages. Please, you need to be very cautious before you can actually put yourself in such messy traps. Now, another tactic that you really need to be aware of here, guys, is being offered a job without going through any process like an interview. If you've looked for a job, it's not an easy thing. You have to apply, you have to go through an interview. Sometimes there are even more than one interview, guys. And here you have somebody offering you a job without doing an interview. So those messages or those communications will come like, congratulations, you've been offered a job as a human resource manager with XYZ company. Please come tomorrow for your contract. And you've not done any interview. So being offered a job without any job interview should raise your eyebrows. I've never seen anyone who's gotten a job without an interview. Maybe they are, I don't know, whatever type of job. But being offered a job without any assessment process like an interview is a red flag. So be cautious. These things may sound as simple, but I promise you, people fall for such traps. You may never imagine that somebody can actually wake up and go and sign a contract without ever being interviewed for a job. But there are people who still get themselves in such traps. So if you don't want to be part of these statistics, please be very cautious before you take up such steps. Now, the next tactic is weird, and I don't know how people fall prey to this one, but of course, as I said, the scammers have known that job seekers are gullible and they can actually fall for almost anything, especially in the search for an opportunity. So this tactic is when they send you unprofessional emails or unprofessional communications. Well, it could be from a legit email, not the Yahoo's, not the Gmails and all that. But they send you an email like, let's say they send you like, congratulations, we would like to invite you for an interview with our CEO, or our CEO would like to invite you for an interview. Our CEO is called so and so, and this is their number. I mean, how will somebody send you the number of their CEO? What did the CEO have to do with that? So then call our CEO maybe for more details of and when you call the CEO tells you, hello, please send this money before you come for the interview. So those are unprofessional emails. And unprofessional emails can also come in the form of maybe an email that is full of grammatical errors, very unprofessional, even in terms of tonation and all that. It has a lot of spelling mistakes. So you need to look out. Serious companies always have templates that have been approved, that has gone through an approval process by the people that are maybe in charge of recruitment or in charge of that department. So they will almost never have grammatical errors. So look out for such unprofessional emails, and maybe just to add on to those emails that do not have company domains, at gmail.com, at Yahoo. Serious companies will never use those ones. So please, you need to be very cautious, so that you don't fall prey to these unprofessional email communications that are actually deceptive in the end. So we're almost coming to the end of this conversation. I hope you guys are learning. And the next that I want to share with you guys is being asked to share personal details, especially at the beginning of the recruitment process. So here are the personal details that I'm talking about are things like your bank account, your identification details like your ID, your passport. Because whenever somebody has access to this, they can almost do anything and access even your bank accounts. So, when they ask you maybe a communication like, congratulations, we have offered you this job, this is the salary and all this. So please provide your account details so that we can reimburse you all the expenses or all the money that you've used during this interview process. Sometimes you're called for interviews, you travel, you do this and that. So I know there are companies that reimburse. Actually, we were having that conversation and somebody told me there are companies that reimburse, especially when you had to travel for a job, they reimburse you the transport. But be very cautious when you ask these details, especially at the initial levels of the interview. You need to be very keen. Please don't share your personal information, bank accounts and all that, unless you're very, very sure. So those are some of the ways that these people are really scam you, and they may sound very basic, but they're actually things that people go through in the process of job search. And my next point, and this is going to be my last point for this video, is unprofessional company websites. There's a way that when you check the website, it should tell you that this website is legit. A good website should always have, I don't know, I'm not a tech person, but I know good website should not always have that. It's called a security encryption, something that has that, something that looks like a padlock. That's one way that you can verify. But apart from that, if you get to a website that does not have contact details, the company does not have maybe a physical location, they don't have like maybe a postal address, they don't have the basic contact details that any other website will have, even a personal website, then it needs to raise your eyebrow. Then the website also that does not reflect the images, the logos, of that company. Then when you check the website, you also need to check, especially for companies that are offering services, or even products or anything, please check out for their reviews. If they have a website, are they on other social media platforms? Check them out on Facebook, check them out on LinkedIn. What do they post? Check on Google reviews. What are people reviewed about them? A company that does not have any review should raise your eyebrows. So please don't fall for any scamming tactic. These things are happening to people every day. Do your due diligence. One thing you need to do is do your due diligence. Whenever you receive these communications, check out to verify that this company actually has other social media platforms. They have a legitimate website. Check out their domain. Check out the domain to ensure that it aligns with the name of the company. Check out their logos. Is it that they have one logo that is different across all social media platforms? And most importantly, check them out on the review platforms like maybe the Glassdoors, so just to check to hear what people are saying about them. If a company is in operation and they don't have reviews or they don't have other social media platforms, then it should raise your eyebrows. So feel free to share other ways that job seekers are being scammed out there. We are here to help each other. As I said, that this channel exists to help you build a rewarding and fulfilling career as a professional. And having conversations around being scammed for jobs are things that are quite important for you, just to always ensure that you're protected even in your journey of a job search. So if you've not subscribed, this is a good time for you to subscribe. Please click the subscribe button so you can get to join this community where we're all about learning and making ourselves better for those jobs and careers that we so desire. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time. Bye bye.